I didn't burn them onto film this time. Yeah, so we gotta go see Ulfric.
Won't give us a straight answer.
I've always wondered. Since when people die, they take their final form as they were when they died. If you die naked, does your spirit remain naked? I can't say a fancy roaming around either in some.
He's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
Hello?
Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you?
Yes. I believe I've already met at Helgen.
Ah, yes. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but I also helped your man Ralof escape.
Ralof's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good man, but he hasn't returned yet. So I'll need to wait for his account. For now, speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helgen. Seems we're all branded villains these days, so long as your criminal past stays in the past. And you fight for me with honor and integrity. We'll welcome you into our ranks. You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement.
Not it.
So we're ready. Start this war in earnest then.
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Hello?
Helgen, huh? Ulfric told us quite the story. If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me. But first, tell me, why does an elf want to fight for Skyrim?
Well, I have a very good reason to fight the Empire. They treat me like an asshole. They tried to kill me. I've been on the run for quite a few months now because they all just want to think I'm a farmer and kill me. So I want to kill them. So is there any objections there?
Can't fault anyone for that. As long as you hate the Empire as much as I do. That I can work with.
Well, that's why I'm here. I want to join.
All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you.
What, you want me to beat you up as well? I already beat on your man down in the fucking tavern. Whatever, I'll take whatever you throw at me.
That's what I like to hear. So long as you can back up those words with steel.
I'll stand back up with the fucking film.
Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway.
What's it up on Stone Island?
It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you.
Okay. I'm off to kill that ice wraith then. I'll be back soon.
We'll see about that, won't we? Here, take this. You'll need it. Use it on the island. Don't lose it. That's all the help you're getting. Try not to die. The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time.
Okay, let's head down to the docks. Oh, man, I need to sleep for the night as well. I really want to just burn that bastard. At some point, I ain't going to kill that cunt in the middle of a war. Yes, if the Imperials have attacked the city and they're storming the gates, I'll kill that bastard and make it look like the Imperials did it. Hello.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor.
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room, right this way.
And here?
She was such a helpful young lass.
Sorry?
I'm a writer by trade. Not that the people of Skyrim do much reading.
Oh, you were talking about one of your
Maybe lose yourself
characters.
in the pages of a good book.
Okay, so he's talking about one of the characters in his book. I thought you meant someone died. Ugh. These writers can be so fucking dramatic sometimes.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Less noise from the fucking, what you call it, bard? Oh, some cheese. Yes. Bye. Lucien. Oh. Shit. Lucien. Are you okay, Lucien? Lucien? Lucien. Are you okay, Lucien? Oh shit, that happened by accident. Oh, fuck, let's get out of here before somebody comes to fucking investigate it. Oh. It's on you. Oh. Oh, oops. Some cheese and Venice and nothing to do with some wine. Oh, God. But now I think that all this is making my magic stronger. Oh, this foam and all this whatever. Yes, it is making my magic stronger. But you know, walking with those calm spells on the on the fox and the wolves, and I think about how it didn't work in the Sabercat. I've been trying to work out how to make it work in it, and I think I've worked out a way to use a spell by siphoning the magic, breaking down his mental defenses and all that, just to let me get in and find what makes it calm. You know, read its mind a bit and find out what it sees as something it doesn't want to attack, and try projecting that image in front of it. That might work. We'll give it a go though, and see where it goes.
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days?
Yes. Alright, there's this man in the docks we have to go see.
Do you ever get a feeling of just losing your clothes at the most inappropriate moments? No, me neither. Okay, well maybe sometimes.
You look hungry. Here, have some bread.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Never much cared for Windhelm. The place is depressing.
Sorry, but I'm not looking to hire any more crew.
I wasn't asking, you dipshit. No wonder they left the banners out there, so there's stinking tomatoes in it. Now let's go meet this woman at the Tower Shrine. I hope she doesn't mind being up at this time of the morning. What adult have I been using? Oh, well, that'll fucking do. We'll burn the bitch. Oh, I'll really burn the bitch. We got the bow with the fire enchantments. with fire arrows, and we got the fire breath. This bitch will burn. That'll be a penance for the life of crime she had. Good burn. Is that her up there and there? Is she up to praying this now? Hi, I'm a Stormcloak like you. Or will be. Righty ho, bitch, let's go. You! Come down here. Alright. Right, and you shall get your burial with fire. So let's have a look at that armor she has. Well, let's have a look at that note she gave me. Oh, this is a note to me. First off, I'm sorry about the test. My hope was that it would give me a window into your mind and bring some comfort to mine. You gave the beggar bread, a choice I agree with. Gold can be wasted, wine can be poisoned, but a meal can never be squandered. Perhaps if I had been given a similar gift, my life would have been different. As such, I deem you a worthy judge. Hopefully, you'll be a swift executioner. Either way, I thank you. Lastly, to the ones I knew in life, I don't mourn my death. As one of you once told me, when all we do is look to the past, it's time to close the book in one's future. I do so on my own terms. Goodbye. Okay. So she liked the fact I gave him bread. Was she there when I gave him it? Okay. Ah, there's a book there. So this is another book of the Crimson Ducks, Book 1, by Gather the Coin. Tyra Bloodfire didn't want just any crew. Bandits never built great houses. They had no structure, organization, nor legacy. They had few tactics in the field and little design for the future. Worst of all, they had no loyalty beyond filling their own pockets. A bandit clan was a pack of stray dogs fighting for scraps, willing to bite the hand if it dared to feed them. Growing up in Balmora, Tyra knew that the great houses of Morrowind were built on blood. Yet as an orphan child and a Nord amongst elves, her concept of family was one forged from experience. It wasn't the bandits and cutthroats, but the loners and outcasts she identified with most. So when she picked out the crew that would become the Crimson Ducks, she sought out the qualities that best defined herself. What she wanted were survivors. To find them, she would first need connections. For this, she sought the help of a dark elf named Riva. The Dunmer had no real name to speak of. Some speculated he was once a noble, having abandoned his titles and claims for a new one. Others believed he was with the Morag town. Assassins having little use for their birth name. Tyra, meanwhile, had first met the brigand as a child, begging in the streets. The dark elf had fixed his blood-red eyes upon the orphan girl, ashen and starved, and deigned to fill her alms bowl. When she looked down, she found neither fruit nor gold, but enough. This isn't a gift, little netch, Denver cautioned. His throat scarred with ash. Your first score belongs to me. That night, Tyra would make good on her promise, delivering a single ruby into Ashlander's palm. It glowed crimson like fire and blood, and from that day she was known as Tyra Bloodfire, earning her name just as Riva did from his deeds. As the years passed, the Dunmer kept a close eye on the North, tracking her growth from a cutpurse to a bandit, and while she considered her debt to Riva paid, wherever their paths crossed, he would continue to demand a cut. 8 years later, the two had gone their separate ways. not just in distance but spirit and mind. Tyra had matured into a tenacious warrior, her physique chiseled and rough, a body forged in a crucible of blood and ash. Riva, on the other hand, had grown fat and lazy, content to skim off the labour of his subordinates, while he spent his days in quiet repose. As Tyra stood before him, he played with a ruby in his palm, occasionally using his forearm to wipe the saliva from his greasy lips. While Tyra recognized the gem almost immediately, the dark elf beard little resemblance to the vicious killer she had once known. Perhaps it was Citadel that changed him. He had traded his niche leather for fine silks, his dagger for silver spoon, and his ashland cave for a highborn residence in the heart of Skingrad. His scowl was not one of rage, but irritation, chiefly at his guest for tracking mud on his freshly waxed floors. Only the eyes, scarred and piercing, betrayed his former identity. "I am new to Citadel," she said, placing a bag of gold on the table as a tithe, "and I need a crew." The Dunmer beckoned the servant to hand him the gold, as he could no longer be bothered to reach for it. He examined the bag briefly to judge its weight before shooing the servant and the gold aside. Tyra wondered if she had been better served filling the bag with cakes. "I'll help you find these men," Dunmer croaked, finger rapping the table, "but remember, little Nitch, your first score belongs to me." Of men who fit her requirements, there were three. Azrael, the elf hunter, who had grown up in an orphanage. Palladius was a former guardsman, dismissed for beating a pickpocket to death. Antonius was a hedge mage who spent more of his time in the tavern than the guild. Oh, we've met Azrael and Palladius already, the ones we killed. There were still others she wanted before the crew could be whole. She wanted a blacksmith to forge arms, muscle to wield it. She wanted a thief who could stalk the prey in the shadows, and an assassin to slit their throats. She wanted scouts to glean information and sharp minds to decipher their code. She was willing to travel the breadth of Tamriel to find them. But for this first job, 3 was more than enough. 1 was all she needed after all. She'd already cased the joint building, having been invited as a guest. She had seen the servant girl that spotted the gold in the next room, and the piles of riches scattered throughout the house, and she had watched as the plump hawker of her owner lost his edge and taste for the work, for it was the Reaver and all his riches that would come first. A week later, the 3 sealed the pact in blood. Azrael and Palladius, being Terrain warriors, made quick work of the guards. Antonius bespelled the servants with his magic, and together the crew filled the wagons with their spoils. But before that was done, Tyra first found the once fearsome Riva in his bed chambers, helpless to stop what his greed had ordained. In the shadow of a lantern's light, the Nord approached him with arms extended. In one hand was a bag of gold she had given him the week prior. On the other hand was the knife that he had placed in her arm's bow so many years ago. "I want you to have this," Riva said, placing the ruby in a nightstand beside him. Tyra, for her part, never said a word. "I wasn't always a Riva," the Dark Elf continued. "I used to have a proper name. Cassaval, they called me. Funny story, there's a Dunmer boy peddling for alms outside the Two Sisters Lodge with the same name." Upon hearing his words, Tyra's eyes met Riva's for the last time. Standing over him as he had once did her, perhaps in that moment, another deal was made. Understood but left unspoken. Seconds later, she plunged the knife into his heart, and when it was done, Tyra wiped the blood-stained dirt on the bedsheet and picked up the ruby from the nightstand. In the hours that passed, the crew sacked the place clean, all save the bag of gold, which she left next to her former employer's corpse. The first score, after all, belonged to him. The rest she took for herself. Oh, very funny. I think we have the Castle in the other books as well. Okay, so let's have a look at this armor she had. Oh, yes. Oh, we could give this to Lucien, maybe. Yes, we could give this to Lucien. Yes, this will probably do Lucien very well. He's in front lines, I'm not, so... There's ebony swords as well. We got 2 ebony swords offer. Oh, yes. I better put my steel as well. Lucien, we got you some new armor.
Sure, let's trade.
Where did you get that staff, actually? Okay, so here's an ebony. A shame there's not a shield to go with it, but you just have to do with what you do. Yes, and I'll take the steel plate back and smelt it down when we get to town. As well as I'll sell the ebony swords and staff that you seem to have acquired out of nowhere. I don't know where you got that, but whatever. Let's have a look at you. Oh, you look beautiful, Lucien. Now.
Let me know if you need anything else.
So she killed the man who gave her the dagger as a child.
So, have you ever read the Lusty Argonian Maid? It sounds like my kind of book. What? Just because I'm female doesn't mean I can't enjoy a nice classy piece of literature? I've heard it's quite intellectually stimulating. Actually, I just heard it was stimulating. Although I don't think it was the intellectual kind.
Okay, Sophia. No. Ugh. So, yes, we got a nice set of armor for Lucien after that. And she is currently floating down the stream along with a book. Okay. Whatever. Now we have to go to that island and kill that ice wraith. Oh, ice wraiths. Ice wraiths. Hello, imagination doggy. Have you started to wake up now? Time is it? Well, the blacksmith should be about to open. Did you not know the memory crystal comes with a time function on it? Tells you what time it is anytime you look at the memory crystal. Yes, so it's much better than having to look up at the sky and see where the sun is, especially on a cloudy day like this. Hello, blacksmith. 2 seconds actually. Lucien, you come around here, Lucien.
I can't tell what's colder here, the weather or the people. I hate this. Sure, I'll carry what I can.
Sorry, did you say something?
I'll be right behind you.
So... Oh, okay, let's melt down the... Did I not work out how to smelt down the armor? Okay, whatever, we can just sell it to this blacksmith.
Everyone says Yorland Greymane is the best smith in Skyrim. I plan to change a few minds about that.
Okay, what figures for sale?
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Both actually. Yes, I wish to do both, if you don't mind, so... And I also take some corundum ingots, yes. Oh, yes, we need some corundum for the... Yeah, so I have some ebony swords. And this elven bow. And this shield, and this armor. Yes. Oh, thank you. And I'll take the corundum, thank you.
Whether it's armor you need or to blade, come see me.
Okay, so you have your ebony armor. Okay. Now, oh, this. What were you saying earlier, Lucien?
Good morning.
Could I just talk to you?
I'm all ears.
What brought you to Skyrim?
So many things. The culture, the architecture, but most of all, the enormous Dwemer presence here. The technology the dwarves possessed all those years ago is miles beyond us, even today. The chance to study it in person, I just couldn't resist.
Okay, so where are you from originally, Lucien?
Cyrodiil, though I suppose you could probably guess that. I grew up in the Imperial City, mostly with my nose in a book. My family own a small amount of property there, and they always encouraged me to pursue my interests. Namely, knowledge, in all its forms. I spent some time at the Arcane University, a couple of years at the archives of White Gold Tower, and I've studied at every academy in the city. But no amount of academic knowledge can compare to some practical experience. I'm done reading about the world. Now I want to see it.
Okay, is there anyone particular you'd like to see?
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbethar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language. Often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts. It piqued my curiosity. The use of Soulgems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that. So I did some more research, but I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know.
Oh, okay, so let me know about your family then.
Oh, the Flaviuses are firmly rooted in the Imperial City. We've always had a strong sense of home. We're a tight-knit bunch, and we get on rather well most of the time. They worry, though, particularly about me. Gave them quite a shock when I told them about this expedition.
You have any siblings?
None. I was
Okay.
the proverbial apple of my parents' proverbial eyes. And yes, they spoiled me rotten. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to have had a brother or a sister. But then I wouldn't be quite who I am today. So I can't complain.
Tell me about your mother if you haven't mentioned her yet.
Captain Lyra of the Imperial Legion. She and I couldn't be more different, but she's always supported me in everything I've done. She fought against the Thalmor in the Great War. In fact, she was there for Lord Narafin's defeat at the Battle of the Red Ring. She retired to marry my father and raise me. But despite her career, she never tried to force me onto the same path. By the time I was old enough to hold a book, it was clear I was going to follow my father into the academic world. And she was delighted for me. I write to her fairly regularly. My father too. And while she worries, I think she's proud of me for doing this. I hope so, anyway.
Oh my word, how would you feel about joining the Stormcloak Rebellion? I don't know. Tell me about you.
His name. He's an academic like me, always up to his elbows in old scrolls. He does a lot of consultancy work for the Imperial government. Hunts down relics for them, that sort of thing. I'd be lying if I said we always saw eye to eye, but I owe a lot to him, and he's very dear to me.
Okay, thank you very much for telling me.
Alright then.
Okay, anyways, see you later.
Alright then.
Let's be standing in the freezing cold talking. Apparently, I got to learn about the Beta book in Candlehearth Hall. Where the fuck it is, I don't know. Look at me when he's behind the counter jobs again, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in your way?
Yes.
Thank you so much for asking so politely.
Oh, here it is. Oh no, Crimson Dark's book. Oh dear, my memory crystal beeping at me. We'll read this afterwards, yes. I will read this after I reset the memory crystal. So see you then. Bye bye.